say the world is a buffet. Don't let your man go out hungry and horny because the world is a buffet. There's that adulterous woman who is loitering around looking for whom she may devour. What if I told you that most men, for the most part, are really not as complex or as complicated or as difficult as most of us women would like to think? Yes, sis, you heard me right. Men are not as difficult as most of us women make them seem to be. Hang with me for a moment. I'm going to tell you why. Two very important things to men, that if you meet those two needs, just two needs, if you meet those two needs in your man's life, I tell you, my sister, you're going to have an amazing marriage. You have a smiling man with an amazing attitude. What are those two needs, you may ask? I'm sure most of you have heard me on this channel saying feed him well, and today I want to say feed him well and feed him well. Okay, one, feed him well, is figuratively, and then the other one is literally. Yes, there are just two things that your spouse needs, and that is, if it's not a difficult, or if it doesn't belong to the 5%, I'm just making up this number, of those impossible or hard to please men. For the most part, men are not as complicated or as difficult as us women like to portray them to be. Give them what they need and they'll be fine. You may have heard of the phrase sex and a sandwich. Some of you may also have heard the saying, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, which brings me to the number one thing that you need to do for your man in order to meet his basic needs, and that is feed your man well. Give him a sandwich. Of course, the sex and the sandwich is just a phrase. The sandwich doesn't really represent a sandwich, unless if, of course, your man is into sandwiches, which most men are. They don't mind. If he's hungry, he's gonna eat a sandwich. But what it means is feed your man well, like prepare a meal for your husband. Somebody somewhere is saying, I am busy and I have no time to cook, or I don't even like cooking for that matter. Girl, as a woman, as a married woman, you need to have some basic cooking skills. And when I'm talking about preparing a meal for him, I don't expect you to be a Martha Stewart or a Paula Deen or whatever. I'm talking about basic cooking. That will take communication. Remember, once you got married, you need to keep the lines of communication open. At this time, if you've been married for a minute, or if you are getting ready to be married, this is what you should do before you get in. Find out what he likes, what he enjoys, what does he like eating, what does your man enjoy the most, because your assignment is to make sure that your man is happy as much as his assignment is to make sure that you are happy, okay, and you are satisfied. So it will take some communication to find out what your man enjoys. Not just communication, but also observation. I'm not talking about feeding him a gourmet meal every single day. No. I'm talking about making sure that he gets something to eat. Whether it's you or you hired help or you ordered something, which I don't recommend, as long as your man has something in his stomach, he is going to be a happy man. What you do not want in your house is a hungry man, okay? You don't want your man to be starving physically, like lack of food. He's a hungry man. You know what I'm saying? Because I've also heard them saying, I'm hungry and I'm hangry, because that hunger may lead to hangry. Some of you might think, oh, he's impatient, he's moody. The first question is, have you given him food to eat? I'm talking about real food. Feed your men well. If you've been here for a while, this is one area that I've really haven't talked about. I haven't talked about feeding your man well in the stomach. I've been talking mostly about the bedroom issues. However, before he goes to the bedroom, he needs to be well fed, as in filling his stomach, okay? And then the second thing that your man needs, which is probably obvious to you, sex and a sandwich, it is sex itself. Once your man is fed well from your kitchen or from wherever you decide to feed him from, then he's going to have the energy to fulfill that other need that I'm always talking about. You give your man a sandwich, you give your man sex, he is going to be a happy man. This is what most men, I'm talking about most men, not those difficult, less than 5% of men. If you feed your man well in the kitchen and feed him well in the bedroom, he is going to be a happy man. That means quit starving your man, telling him, oh, I've been busy, I also have a job, I have this and that going on, my schedule is as busy as yours, oh, da 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 da. No, you need to feed him well. No more 9 o'clock headaches. I talk about the 9 p.m. headaches all the time. You gotta quit giving that excuse of having a headache, okay? Some of you had sex before marriage. We all know that. Some of you broke the rules. Before marriage, you were so much into sex. However, now that you are married, all of a sudden, you are no longer interested. What's up with that? That's so shady, okay? When it comes to the bedroom, girl, you need to show up. Show up with a good attitude. You need to watch my recent videos when I'm talking about the do's and don'ts, the bedroom etiquette rules, and all these other videos that you guys have been enjoying. But you need to give him that sex. I'm not just gonna leave you without giving you the tips on how to successfully meet his needs, because to meet his needs, there are some basic things that men require, and these things are very practical, they are very easy, they are very simple. You can do them. I'm going to give you just 4 tips on how to successfully meet his sex needs, okay? Not 10, not 12, but just 4. Number 1, you need to find out how often he wants sex, and that will be a discussion between the two of you. You might differ. He may want it every other day or every 2 days, or you may want it once a week. You need to strike a balance, meet halfway. That's why compromise is one of the biggest things in marriage. You need to compromise. You need to meet halfway, but you need to find out his rhythm. You need to find out how often, how frequently he requires for you to be intimate, okay, sexually. And then the second thing, girl, I've talked about this one. I have a whole video on it. I'm going to link it in the iCard here. You need to initiate sex. You need to initiate sex. Girl, do you know that it really boosts men's ego when you initiate? You are speaking louder than words can say. You're saying, I want you, I desire you, I'm hungry for you. And he won't feel like he's the one who's always going after you, always hunting. Remember, he was hunting for you way before he met you. He was looking for you, sis. And then now that we are together, do him a favor and also show him that you desire him, you want him, by initiating sex. Go back and watch this video that I have linked in the iCard, because this one is so important as much as the other 3 are important, okay? Make sure that you initiate. The third tip that I want to give you is get into the habit of looking beautiful for your man. I'm not talking about looking like you are, or you're going for a photo shoot, for a cover of a fashion magazine or something. Look beautiful. This is where the self-care, the hygiene comes in. Your hair, your nails, just look good, look presentable. Don't be wearing those house coats all day, 24 hours a day, wearing a house coat. Make yourself look pretty for your man. The sad thing is, most women, it might not be you, but most women, they'll go out of their way to look beautiful, going out somewhere, going to work, looking cute and all. But when it comes to showing up for their husband in the home, they look like they just came from harvesting whatever they were harvesting in a field of corn. You know what I'm saying? You need to look beautiful for your man. Be clean, wear something that he likes. I talk about negligees every so often. Make yourself look nice. I have a whole catalog of videos on spicing up your intimacy, and this is part of it. You need to look good for your man. Be clean, hygiene, and the hygiene part applies to both of you, him as well. That's a different video altogether, but today I'm talking to you, sis. You need to look clean, look put together, your hair, your teeth, and everything. Don't be that woman who just takes a shower once a day, early in the morning, and in the evening they've been sweating, they've been doing all kinds of things, and then they just jump straight into bed. No, you need to have a nighttime routine of making yourself look put together, making sure your lips are moisturized either with lip gloss or good old Vaseline. It's not only good for babies, but it's good for your lips as well, okay? So yeah, just look nice, look neat and put together for your man. Be ready for him, especially if he works outside the house. Just be looking forward to him coming. As he comes, and the moment he takes a glance or two and takes a look at you, have him desire you even more and say, hey, you look as beautiful as the first day I met you. That is not too much to ask for. Yes, I know some of you will be like, oh, I have a house full of babies. Girl, you need to work on this thing. You need to spice up your intimacy. You need to work on it. You cannot just relax. You know how they say this applies to number 1 and 2. They say the world is a buffet. Don't let your man go out hungry and horny, because the world is a buffet. There's that adulterous woman who is loitering around looking for whom she may devour. Don't risk. Just have fun enjoying your marriage by making sure that the best version of yourself shows up for your husband. Okay, girl, I know you can do this. And then the 4th tip that I want to give you to successfully meet your man's sexual needs is do not view sex as an obligation. This is where most of you sisters go wrong. Sex is not an obligation. Sex was not created for him and him alone. It was created for both of you. You also have to enjoy it as much as it does. Okay, you need to enjoy and get that mindset. You need to fix. If you're one of those women who thinks that sex is just for him, work on your mindset, because sex is not just for men. It is for pleasure, both of you. Sex is not just for procreation, creating babies. Nah. It is for your enjoyment and his enjoyment as well. Therefore, get off that mindset of viewing sex as an obligation. It's not. As long as you view it as an obligation, you're going to treat it like a chore. Nobody likes chores, just like your children don't like chores or never enjoy doing chores. If you view it as an obligation, you are not going to enjoy it. You are going to avoid it, and you do not want to be that woman who avoids it. Do not avoid it, because like I said, the world is a buffet, and don't send him out there hungry and horny, because he can serve himself on that buffet. Okay, I thought maybe I should just turn on the camera and do this quick video with no intro or whatever and just give it to you straight like it is, because some of you ladies are not doing well by the brothers. You're not doing well by your husbands. It's not as complicated as it thinks. For those of you who had sex before marriage, you were so freaky, you wanted it like crazy. Now that you are married, what has changed? What has changed? What has changed? If there are issues, work on them. If him or you have gained weight or you have changed physically, talk about it. Work around those kinks and iron it out. Work out. Have a routine of self-care and physical fitness. I'm not talking about joining a gym. You can do it in the comfort of your house. If you can go to a gym, that's even better, but you don't have to. You can do a workout in your house. Yes, I talk about Kegels. That's just another workout that you need. Do the physical workout and the Kegels exercises for your kitty. Those are the 2 most important exercises that I'm going to leave you with. Thank you so much for the people who have recently joined this community. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Make sure that you share this video, click that thumbs up button. Remember to subscribe. Most of you guys watching these videos are not subscribed, and we need to grow this community. Let's hit 1,000 within the next month. Okay, we are on the countdown. Please let's subscribe and let's share this video. Let's educate one another, especially sisters of faith, on healthy holistic sexual intimacy, which is the reason why I created this channel. And if we are meeting for the first time, my name is Nokie. I am the author of Spice It Up, It's Time to Revive Your Intimacy. I am also your favorite sexual intimacy coach. If you need some coaching sessions on how to spice up your intimacy, or if you are getting ready to walk down the aisle, I am here for you. I'm going to leave the details in the description box below so that you can book a coaching session with me. We'll take your sexual intimacy from cold, maybe lukewarm, to blazing hot. And if you are a new wife, we want to make sure that you are well equipped as you get into that matrimony. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, I know for sure that you're going to enjoy this next video here. Go ahead and watch it, and remember to leave me a comment. What was your biggest take on this video today? Remember to do small things with great love, from my heart to yours. Don't forget to keep it spicy. Adios, bye-bye. God bless you. I love you. I sincerely do. I'll see you next week. Cheers.